Hello, welcome to Finextra TV. I'm Madhvi Sonia and we're here at the Communify Intelligence Experience. Joining me today is Patrick Salis, CEO of AUSIEX. Thanks so much, Patrick, for joining me today.
Thank you for having me, Madhvi.
How are you enjoying the conference?
Yeah, it's great. It's my first time at a Communify conference, first time in Miami, so really enjoying the experience.
Lovely. So we're talking a lot about options today, alternative options, and I understand in Australia, APRA are phasing out AT1 bank hybrids.
Yes.
How is that impacting investors looking at alternative options?
Yeah. So obviously a big theme in Australia, as it is in many Western economies, is a wealth transfer as baby boomers are starting to retire and moving from a phase of wealth accumulation to retirement and divesting their assets, taking them off of platforms and out of retirement savings and so forth. So what a lot of people are looking for now is retirement income. And in Australia, the bank hybrids was an attractive way to to be able to invest in well-known names, the big five banks, and generate consistent retirement income. So it was very attractive for that reason. Then when APRA decided to discontinue them, had a big impact on the market, and the consequences of that are still being worked out. Yeah.
And I guess considering those consequences, how can stability be maintained when all these developments are happening?
Yeah. So I guess the main consequence is, where do investors look to find that retirement income? So guaranteed returns, less risk, and what options are available to them. So one alternative investment option is to invest in bonds and other fixed income products that are sold over the counter as opposed to an exchange. So the hybrids were sold through the exchange, where most Australian investors are most comfortable with, generally speaking. But bonds, tier 2 bonds, are available through the OTC markets. So it's a different way of buying and holding those assets. And I guess to answer your question specifically about system stability, is that people are less familiar with the over-the-counter markets and how they work. And that is creating, I guess, a little bit of a pause in where that money gets deployed. And while that works its way out, but we're seeing more and more interest in over-the-counter markets, and I think that there'll be more money flowing into bonds. In Australia, the amount of money that's invested in bonds relative to North America or Europe is significantly lower. You know, a typical investment portfolio in North America is 80-20, or 60-40, I beg your pardon, whereas in Australia it's more like 80-20, 90-10. 80% equities, 20% or less in bonds. Yeah.
So we've talked about alternative options, we've also talked about OTC markets. What are your 3 top tips for new investors looking into this and trying to build their portfolio?
Yeah, so if you're looking at people who are impacted by hybrids, it's typically people who are at retirement or close to retirement. So, you know, if you're at that stage in life and you're focused on wealth accumulation, wealth preservation, then looking at a diversified portfolio, I think is a good idea, and ability to generate income for your post-retirement life when you're no longer earning a regular income from other sources. So I would say over-the-counter bonds are very attractive. It's something we offer in our business, and we've been able to get our clients fantastic returns. So diversification is key. Stay engaged, pay attention to your portfolio, and make sure that you understand it. And then also maybe educate yourself so that you can have some fun with it as well. After retirement, people typically have more time on their hands, and it's a good and healthy thing to have a deep understanding of your investments and how to preserve your wealth for your future.
Lovely. You've left us with some great food for thought there. Thank you so much for joining us on Finextra TV. Have a lovely conference.
Thank you.